What's up, Marvel fans? Welcome to another week of big news. This week we have big confirmations from the Avengers. Doomsday cast confirmed the return of Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans to Marvel, shocking changes to the Avengers 5 and 6 scripts, and rumors of Woman Doctor Doom. There's also the Scarlet Witch solo movie, the Daredevil Born Again trailer, and finally the long-awaited first trailer for Fantastic Four. So much to talk about, but before we get into the details, I realize that most of you have already watched and passed by, but subscribing and liking is free. Come on, let's be generous. Subscribe to the channel and like the video so we can grow together. Let's get started. Let's start with our first topic. The cast for the next big Avengers movie is slowly becoming clear. Avengers Doomsday's newly confirmed names are sure to excite fans. So, who are they? Let's take a look at the details. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, has consistently pushed the boundaries of storytelling and spectacle, and Avengers Doomsday is poised to be its most ambitious project yet. With rumors swirling about the film's potential lineup, casting surprises, and narrative direction, fans are buzzing with anticipation. This film isn't just another Avengers sequel, it's shaping up to be a cinematic event that redefines the superhero genre. Let's break down everything we know about this highly anticipated blockbuster. Every great superhero story begins with an equally compelling villain, and Avengers Doomsday promises to introduce one of the most iconic antagonists in Marvel history, Dr. Victor Von Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. This casting choice alone has sent shockwaves through the fan base. Known for his portrayal of Tony Stark/Iron Man, Downey Jr. stepping into Doom's armor is both unexpected and thrilling. Dr. Doom is no ordinary villain. A master of science, sorcery, and strategy, he represents a threat unlike any the Avengers have faced before. Doom's intricate plans, combined with his relentless ambition, make him a force to be reckoned with. His presence ensures that the stakes will be higher than ever, pushing the Avengers to their limits. The rumored cast for Avengers Doomsday reads like a who's who of Hollywood's biggest names. From returning favorites like Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Elizabeth Olsen's Scarlet Witch, to potential newcomers like Ana de Armas, the ensemble promises to deliver unforgettable performances. The inclusion of characters like Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange and Anthony Mackie's Captain America further cements the film's epic scope. One of the most intriguing rumors involves Chris Evans reprising his role as Steve Rogers. However, this won't be the Captain America we know. Instead, Evans may portray a darker, alternate version of the character, adding a layer of complexity to the narrative. This potential twist has fans speculating about how his presence will impact the story. For the first time in MCU history, the Avengers will be joined by the Fantastic Four. This iconic team brings a unique dynamic to the table, with Reed Richards' intellect, Sue Storm's invisibility, Johnny Storm's fiery personality, and Ben Grimm's brute strength. Their inclusion hints at a storyline that blends science fiction with superhero action. The Fantastic Four's connection to Doctor Doom adds another layer of intrigue. As Doom's greatest adversaries in the comics, their involvement could provide crucial insights into his motivations and plans. Fans are eager to see how the Avengers and Fantastic Four will collaborate or clash in this high-stakes battle. Elizabeth Olsen's rumored return as Scarlet Witch is one of the most exciting developments surrounding Avengers Doomsday. After her dramatic arc in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda's fate was left ambiguous. If she does return, her character could play a pivotal role in the fight against Doom. Wanda's immense power and emotional depth make her one of the MCU's most compelling characters. Her return could explore themes of redemption, forgiveness, and self-discovery, adding emotional weight to the narrative. Whether she serves as an ally or a wild card, her presence is sure to leave a lasting impact. The inclusion of the Thunderbolts adds a layer of moral complexity to the story. Characters like Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, and U.S. Agent operate in shades of gray, often blurring the line between heroism and villainy. Their dynamic with the Avengers could lead to tension, betrayal, or unexpected alliances. The Thunderbolts' mission-driven approach contrasts sharply with the Avengers' ideals, creating opportunities for compelling character interactions. Whether they serve as reluctant allies or adversaries remains to be seen. but their involvement is sure to add depth to the narrative. With Doctor Doom as the central antagonist, the multiverse is expected to play a significant role in Avengers Doomsday. This opens the door to endless possibilities, from alternate versions of beloved characters to entirely new dimensions. The potential for crossovers, surprises, and multiversal chaos is boundless. The multiverse also provides an opportunity to explore Doom's grander ambitions. In the comics, Doom's manipulation of the multiverse leads to the creation of Battleworld, a patchwork planet composed of fragments from different realities. Could we see a similar concept in the MCU? If so, it would elevate the stakes to unprecedented levels. Tom Holland's Spider-Man has been a fan favorite since his debut in the MCU, and his involvement in Avengers Doomsday is a welcome addition. As a younger hero, Peter Parker often brings a sense of optimism and relatability to the team. His interactions with seasoned heroes like Doctor Strange and Captain America are sure to provide moments of humor and heart. Spider-Man's role in the multiverse has already been explored in No Way Home, making him a key player in this narrative. Whether he's swinging into action or using his scientific smarts, Peter is likely to play a pivotal role in the fight against Doom. If there's one thing Marvel excels at, it's delivering jaw-dropping visuals, and Avengers Doomsday promises to be no exception. From epic battle sequences to breathtaking landscapes, the film is expected to push the boundaries of what's possible in superhero cinema. The visual effects team will have their work cut out for them, especially with characters like Doctor Doom, Scarlet Witch, and the Fantastic Four. Fans are eager to see how the film will bring Doom's Latvian kingdom to life, as well as the multiversal chaos he unleashes. As Avengers Doomsday marks a new chapter in the MCU, it also serves as a tribute to the legacy of the Avengers. The original team paved the way for a new era of storytelling, and this film has the opportunity to honor their contributions while introducing a fresh lineup of heroes. Whether it's through flashbacks, alternate versions, or new characters stepping up, Avengers Doomsday will likely explore themes of legacy, sacrifice, and the passing of the torch. This narrative approach ensures that the film resonates with both longtime fans and newcomers alike. Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange is expected to play a crucial role in Avengers Doomsday. As the MCU's resident expert in mystical arts and the multiverse, Strange's knowledge and powers will likely be pivotal in countering Doom's plans. His experience from Multiverse of Madness has prepared him for the high-stakes challenges posed by a multiversal adversary like Doom. Strange's dynamic with other heroes, especially Wanda Maximoff, will add layers of complexity to the story. Their past conflicts and unresolved issues could create tension, but also provide an opportunity for reconciliation. Doctor Strange's presence ensures that the narrative will delve into both the magical and multiversal realms, expanding the MCU's mythos further. One of the most intriguing rumors surrounding Avengers Doomsday is the potential introduction of a new Black Panther. Following the events of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Wakanda's role in the MCU has grown significantly. Including a new Black Panther in this film could further integrate Wakanda into the larger Avengers narrative. The inclusion of Wakanda also opens the door for a deeper exploration of its advanced technology and unique culture. Whether it's through aiding the Avengers with their resources or taking a direct role in the battle, Wakanda's involvement promises to be a highlight of the film. Charlie Cox's Daredevil has been gaining prominence in the MCU, with appearances in She-Hulk and his upcoming series Born Again. His rumored inclusion in Avengers Doomsday suggests that his story arc is about to take a major leap forward. Daredevil brings a grounded, street-level perspective to the Avengers' often larger-than-life conflicts. His interactions with characters like Spider-Man and Captain America could provide a fresh dynamic, while his legal expertise might come in handy for unraveling Doom's complex schemes. Cox's portrayal of Daredevil continues to win fans over, and his role in this film could cement his place as a key figure in the MCU. What sets Avengers Doomsday apart from other superhero films is its potential to combine epic action with emotional depth. With characters like Scarlet Witch, Daredevil, and Spider-Man in the mix, the film has a chance to explore themes of loss, redemption, and resilience. These emotional beats will likely resonate with audiences, adding weight to the spectacle. The relationships between characters will also play a pivotal role, Whether it's the camaraderie between the Avengers, the tension between the Thunderbolts, or the familial bond within the Fantastic Four, these connections will provide the emotional backbone of the story. As the Avengers face their greatest challenge yet, the stakes will be as personal as they are universal. Avengers Doomsday isn't just another superhero film, it's a milestone for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As the franchise enters its next phase, this film will set the tone for future projects, introducing new characters, exploring fresh narratives, and pushing the boundaries of storytelling. With over 60 characters rumored to appear, the film has the potential to be a game changer. It's not just about the action or the visual effects. It's about creating a cohesive and compelling narrative that honors the legacy of the MCU while paving the way for the future. If executed well, Avengers Doomsday could become one of the most iconic entries in the Marvel canon. Now let's talk about something else. A rumor. Ana de Armas is rumored to appear as Black Swan in Marvel. So who is this character, and how will Ana de Armas fit into the MCU? Black Swan, also known as Abbott Amantur, is a character drenched in mystery. She originates from Earth 1365, a parallel universe shaped by tragedy. After witnessing the brutal murder of her parents, she was raised by a cult and became a survivor of the multiversal incursions, apocalyptic events where parallel Earths collide, resulting in their mutual destruction. These events molded her into a dark, calculating anti-hero. First introduced in Jonathan Hickman's New Avengers, 2013, Black Swan quickly cemented her place as a pivotal figure in Marvel's multiverse storylines. Her knowledge of the multiverse, combined with superhuman strength, telepathy, and energy manipulation, makes her a formidable force. She operates in morally gray areas, forming uneasy alliances with characters like Iron Man, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther within the Illuminati. Her complexity blurs the line between villainy and heroism, making her one of Marvel's most intriguing characters. Casting someone for a role this layered requires an actor who can embody strength, vulnerability, and complexity, qualities Ana de Armas has in spades. Her performance in No Time to Die showcased her ability to shine in high-stakes action sequences, while Knives Out proved she can bring emotional depth to a role. Black Swan isn't just a villain, she's a multi-dimensional figure with her own agenda, and Anna's mix of intensity and elegance makes her the perfect fit to bring this character to life. Rumored to be a cornerstone of Marvel's multiverse saga, Avengers Doomsday could benefit immensely from Black Swan's inclusion. Her multiversal knowledge ties directly into Marvel's current themes of alternate realities and incursions, elevating the stakes and adding layers of complexity to the narrative. Black Swan could challenge the Avengers in ways we haven't seen before, forcing them to grapple with darker, more philosophical questions about morality, survival, and sacrifice. If these rumors pan out, Avengers Doomsday might take inspiration from Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out storyline. In this arc, the multiverse teeters on the brink of destruction, forcing heroes to make impossible choices. Black Swan, with her intimate understanding of incursions, could be a crucial, albeit unpredictable, ally. Imagine the tension as she navigates uneasy alliances with the Avengers, while her motivations remain shrouded in mystery. This dynamic could lead to some of the MCU's most compelling storytelling yet. The internet is already ablaze with excitement over Ana de Armas possibly joining the MCU. Fans are speculating how her portrayal of Black Swan might differ from the comics. Would Marvel lean into her darker, more villainous traits, or present her as a morally ambiguous anti-hero? Either way, the possibility of Anna stepping into this role has reignited excitement for Avengers Doomsday and what it could mean for Marvel's future. Ana de Armas has everything it takes to make Black Swan a breakout MCU character. Her ability to command the screen and portray morally complex figures makes her a standout choice for this role. Black Swan's mix of strength, intellect, and emotional depth is perfectly aligned with Anna's strengths as an actor. Adding her to the MCU would bring a fresh perspective, and her version of Black Swan could become one of Marvel's most memorable characters. Ana de Armas isn't just an actress. She's a powerhouse performer who transforms every role she takes on. From her breakout role in Knives Out to her electrifying performance in No Time to Die, Ana has proven she can handle intense emotional arcs and adrenaline-fueled action sequences. That's exactly why she's a standout choice to bring a character as layered and enigmatic as Black Swan to life. Black Swan is no ordinary Marvel character. Operating from the shadows, she exudes an aura of mystery and danger. Anna's ability to deliver subtle, nuanced emotions while commanding every scene she's in makes her perfect for capturing Black Swan's duality, a fearsome adversary and a reluctant ally. It's this complexity that could elevate the MCU's storytelling and leave an unforgettable impression on fans. Marvel has always been about pushing boundaries. From straightforward hero-villain conflicts in its early days to today's intricate and nuanced narratives, the MCU continues to evolve. Adding Black Swan to the roster fits perfectly with this progression. Her combination of raw power, intellectual depth, and moral ambiguity offers Marvel an opportunity to delve deeper into themes like survival, betrayal, and redemption. One of the most exciting aspects of Black Swan is that she doesn't fall neatly into the categories of hero or villain. This opens the door to compelling dynamics with established characters like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and even Doom. Watching her navigate alliances while pursuing her own agenda could lead to some of the most intriguing character interactions the MCU has ever seen. Her connection to the multiverse makes her a natural counterpart to Doctor Strange, the multiverse's self-appointed guardian. Just imagine, Strange and Black Swan forced to work together, their differing philosophies creating tension, banter, and potentially explosive debates. This could set the stage for some of the most memorable moments in Avengers Doomsday. Beyond the drama, Black Swan's experience with incursions could add much-needed gravity to the storyline. She's lived through multiversal collapse, giving her a unique perspective that could force the Avengers, and Doctor Strange in particular, to grapple with the high stakes of their decisions. She'd also serve as a fascinating foil to Strange's rigid sense of morality, challenging him in ways no other character has. Unsurprisingly, the internet is ablaze with speculation. Fans are already creating fan art imagining Anna as Black Swan, while others are diving into the comics to theorize how the character might be adapted for the big screen. Would Marvel lean into her darker, more villainous side, or explore a more morally ambiguous take? Either way, this rumor has reignited excitement for Avengers Doomsday. Every now and then, Marvel introduces a character who becomes an instant icon. Think Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. Could Ana de Armas's Black Swan join those ranks? It's not a stretch to imagine her delivering a performance that places her among Marvel's most unforgettable characters. What sets Black Swan apart is her darker, more mysterious nature, a stark contrast to many of Marvel's traditional heroes. This makes her ripe for becoming a fan favorite, especially if Anna brings her signature mix of intensity and vulnerability to the role. That balance can make Black Swan a character audiences can't get enough of. While this news remains in the realm of speculation, the thought of Ana de Armas joining the MCU as Black Swan is electrifying. Her involvement could redefine Marvel's approach to villains and anti-heroes, pushing the boundaries of what we expect from these roles. Whether the rumor turns out to be true or not, one thing is certain: Avengers Doomsday is already shaping up to be a monumental entry in the MCU. Now let's get to the topic that excites people the most. Are Black Widow and Captain America coming back to Marvel? Scarlett Johansson and Chris Evans' recent talks with Marvel have left fans with big questions. We already know for sure that Chris Evans is frozen. But what about Scarlett Johansson? Let's take a look at what we know now and how much of this news is certain. Scarlett Johansson's potential return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, in Avengers Doomsday has ignited waves of speculation among fans and industry insiders alike. As one of the original 6 Avengers, Johansson's Natasha Romanoff has remained a cornerstone of the MCU, with her absence felt deeply since her sacrifice in Avengers Endgame 2019. Recent developments, such as Johansson's ongoing collaboration with Marvel Studios as an executive producer on Thunderbolts, have brought renewed hope for her return, either as Natasha or in an entirely new role. Johansson's current involvement with Marvel Studios signifies more than just professional synergy. It reflects a mending of relationships following the high-profile legal disputes between her and Disney over Black Widow's hybrid release strategy. With Johansson working behind the scenes on Thunderbolts, a film that draws heavily from her character's legacy, It's clear that Marvel values her contributions, not just as an actor, but as a creative force. Could this partnership pave the way for a triumphant return to the screen? Adding fuel to the fire are rumors that Johansson may appear in Avengers Doomsday, Marvel's upcoming multiverse epic directed by the Russo brothers. While unconfirmed, the mere suggestion has sparked endless fan theories about how her character could be reintroduced. Would she reprise Natasha Romanoff, the heroic spy who sacrificed herself for the Soul Stone? Or could we see her in a radically different light, as an alternate version of Black Widow, or even a completely new character tied to the multiverse? The confirmed return of Chris Evans in Avengers Doomsday only heightens the anticipation surrounding Johansson's potential involvement. Evans' portrayal of Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, was the moral backbone of the MCU for nearly a decade. His exit in Endgame, where an older Steve passes his shield to Sam Wilson, was a poignant farewell to an era. However, Evans' confirmed involvement in Doomsday hints at something far more complex than a simple reprise of his iconic role. Speculation suggests that Evans might play a darker, multiverse version of Captain America, such as a Hydra-controlled Steve Rogers. If Johansson also returns, this opens the door for an emotionally charged reunion, or confrontation, between two characters whose bond was a highlight of the MCU. The dynamic between Steve and Natasha has always been steeped in mutual respect and camaraderie, making the possibility of a reunion deeply appealing to fans. Kevin Feige's confirmation that Robert Downey Jr. will return as Dr. Doom, a villainous departure from Tony Stark, sets a fascinating precedent for Avengers Doomsday. Could Johansson also take on a new, unexpected role? The introduction of multiverse variants allows for endless creative possibilities, from darker iterations of Natasha to entirely original characters, such as Cynthia Von Doom or Valeria Richards. If Johansson does return as Natasha Romanoff, it would not only honor her legacy, but also address lingering questions about her character's arc. While Black Widow 2021 offered a fitting send-off for Natasha, it also left fans craving more. Her death in Endgame felt abrupt to many, and her absence in Avengers Doomsday would leave a noticeable gap in the original Avengers lineup. Bringing Natasha back, even as a multiverse variant, could provide a sense of closure, while adding depth to the overarching narrative. Johansson's Natasha Romanoff has always been a character of duality, a spy torn between her dark past and her efforts to find redemption. A return in Doomsday could explore these themes further, particularly if she faces a multiverse version of herself or revisits the events of Endgame. The emotional weight of such a storyline could rival the most impactful moments in MCU history, offering fans a deeply resonant arc for a beloved character. If Johansson doesn't return as Natasha, there are still plenty of exciting possibilities. The multiverse opens the door for her to portray an entirely new character, such as a morally ambiguous anti-hero or a powerful ally to Dr. Doom. Marvel's vast roster of characters offers intriguing options, from cosmic entities to grounded, complex figures. The idea of Johansson playing a darker or more enigmatic role adds a layer of unpredictability to Doomsday's narrative. Another compelling theory is that Johansson could play a character tied to Dr. Doom's mythology, such as Cynthia Von Doom, Victor Von Doom's mother, or Valeria Richards, a genius-level intellect connected to the Fantastic Four. These roles would allow Johansson to showcase her range while contributing to the larger narrative tapestry of the MCU. With Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, and Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye all rumored to appear in Doomsday, the potential reunion of the original Avengers team is a nostalgic dream for fans. Johansson's absence would leave a significant void in this lineup, as her character was integral to the group's dynamic. Natasha's sharp wit, tactical prowess, and unwavering loyalty made her a fan favorite and a key player in the Avengers' most critical missions. Johansson's return would also symbolize a full-circle moment for the MCU, bringing back the original team for one last hurrah while introducing a new generation of heroes. This balance of legacy and innovation has always been a hallmark of Marvel's storytelling, and Doomsday promises to deliver on both fronts. With over 60 characters rumored to appear in Avengers Doomsday, the film is poised to be one of the most ambitious projects in Marvel's history. Johansson's involvement would not only elevate the star power but also add emotional depth to a story that spans multiple realities. Whether she reprises Natasha Romanoff or takes on a new role, her return would be a testament to the enduring appeal of her character and the actress behind it. There's no denying it, Avengers Endgame left an irreplaceable void in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For fans like me, the absence of the original Avengers team has only deepened the yearning to see these beloved characters back on screen. Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, and Scarlett Johansson's Natasha Romanoff were the heart and soul of the franchise. Their dynamic, filled with camaraderie, trust, and unspoken depth, is something no other pair of heroes has been able to replicate. The thought of their return feels like a dream come true, one that could inject a much-needed dose of nostalgia and emotional resonance into the MCU. Here's where my imagination runs wild. At the end of Avengers Endgame, we saw Steve Rogers step away from his role as Captain America to live a quiet life with Peggy Carter in the past. But what if this wasn't the only Steve Rogers out there? The multiverse has already opened the door to infinite possibilities. Imagine a parallel universe where Steve Rogers, instead of choosing Peggy, finds a way to bring Natasha Romanoff back from her tragic sacrifice on Vormir. In this alternate timeline, Steve could have worked tirelessly, using his unwavering determination and perhaps some help from Tony Stark's multiverse research or Doctor Strange's knowledge of the cosmos to save Natasha. What if this version of Steve and Natasha not only found a way to undo her death, but also built a life together, bonding over their shared sacrifices and battles? This theory doesn't just revive Natasha, it reimagines her as someone who has been given a second chance, living alongside Steve as partners in every sense of the word. In Avengers Doomsday, this parallel universe version of Steve and Natasha could play a pivotal role. Perhaps their world faces a catastrophic event, and they're forced to cross into the main MCU timeline to warn Earth's heroes, or to join them in battle against Doctor Doom. Their reappearance would not only be thrilling for fans, but also provide a rich opportunity to explore their evolved relationship. Imagine the emotional impact of Steve and Natasha stepping out of a portal, their bond evident in every glance and gesture, ready to fight alongside the Avengers once more. This idea works so well because it ties directly into the themes that made the Avengers films so special: sacrifice, redemption, and family. Steve and Natasha were always there for each other, whether it was taking down Hydra, facing Ultron, or going on the run together during the Sokovia Accords fallout. Bringing them back as a united front would honor their history while offering fans a fresh perspective on their relationship. Marvel has confirmed the movie we've been waiting for years. Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is coming back with her own solo movie. Let's see what we know about the plot, release date, and connections to Doctor Strange.
But I don't need you to tell me who I am.
A solo film for Scarlet Witch could mark a monumental shift in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. Wanda Maximoff has been a fascinatingly complex character, embodying both hero and anti-hero roles. The deep character exploration seen in WandaVision resonated deeply with fans, increasing demand for her to have her own film. A solo project would provide an opportunity to delve further into Wanda's immense powers, inner conflicts, and multifaceted nature. This film wouldn't just serve as a reflection on Wanda's past, it could also chart a new course for her future within the MCU's multiverse saga. Given Wanda's significant role in shaping this saga, her solo film could expand on her influence and showcase her versatility as a character, ensuring her place in Marvel's broader narrative framework. Wanda Maximoff's story isn't just about her powers, it's about loss, redemption, and rebirth. At the end of WandaVision, she seemed to sacrifice herself to destroy the Darkhold and its influence. But in the Marvel Universe, death is rarely permanent. This solo film could explore her resurrection or introduce an alternate universe version of Wanda on a journey to confront new challenges. Her return would not only rekindle an emotional connection with fans, but also open doors to new storytelling possibilities. Whether she's seeking redemption for her past actions or finding a new purpose, Wanda's story is ripe for exploration and reinvention, offering fresh depth to her character. Kathryn Hahn's portrayal of WandaVision. A solo film for Wanda could further explore her complicated relationship with Agatha. As both an antagonist and a potential ally, Agatha's role could add a dramatic depth to the story, making her integral to Wanda's journey. Agatha could guide Wanda in uncovering more about her powers, while also challenging her to confront her past. This relationship would offer an intriguing blend of mentorship and rivalry, further enriching the mystical layers of the Marvel Universe. Wanda's son Billy Maximoff has always been a pivotal part of her narrative. While his potential was hinted at in WandaVision, a solo film could delve deeper into his growth and abilities. Billy's connection to Agatha's coven, as hinted in Agatha Coven of Chaos, could introduce new dynamics to Wanda's story. This could explore Wanda's challenges as a mother balancing her immense power with her familial responsibilities. Billy's emergence as a young hero would also align perfectly with Marvel's trajectory of introducing a new generation of superheroes, offering an emotional and action-packed storyline. Wanda's powers are among the most formidable in the Marvel Universe, but their unchecked potential has led to devastating consequences. A solo film could provide a platform to explore the darker aspects of her abilities and her struggle to harness. This narrative could center on Wanda's battle to overcome the lingering influence of the Darkhold and her quest to master her powers responsibly. Through this, audiences would witness Wanda redefining her relationships with herself and the world around her, making for a gripping and introspective journey. The multiverse offers boundless creative possibilities for Wanda's story. A solo film could follow Wanda as she navigates alternate realities, exploring different versions of herself and confronting the consequences of her immense power. These alternate versions wouldn't just expand the Marvel Universe, they would also provide insight into Wanda's character. This exploration could offer both emotional resonance and breathtaking action sequences, ensuring a narrative that captivates audiences on multiple levels. A Scarlet Witch solo film could delve into the iconic House of M storyline, one of the most influential arcs in Marvel Comics. This story explores Wanda's ability to alter reality and the catastrophic consequences that follow. By adapting elements of this storyline, the film could deepen the Marvel Universe while showcasing Wanda's mental and emotional struggles in a compelling way. In House of M, Wanda uses her reality-bending powers as a coping mechanism for loss and trauma, creating an alternate world where her desires come to life. Translating this to the big screen would give audiences a closer look at the limits of her abilities and the vulnerabilities that make her a relatable, multi-dimensional character. Wanda's backstory is a cornerstone of her character development. From her tragic childhood in Sokovia to her loss of family and her transformation through Hydra's experiments, her past provides the emotional weight behind her motivations. A solo film could revisit these events in greater detail, shedding light on why she is such a complex figure in the MCU. By exploring these roots, the film could offer an emotional narrative that connects Wanda's traumatic history with her ongoing struggles. This retrospective would not only deepen the audience's understanding of her character, but also highlight her resilience and growth over the years. Agatha Harkness, played brilliantly by Kathryn Hahn, was one of the standout characters in WandaVision. A Scarlet Witch solo film could explore a new dynamic between the two, one that transitions from rivalry to collaboration. Agatha's deep understanding of magic could make her an unexpected ally for Wanda in a battle against a greater threat. This potential partnership would offer a fresh narrative twist as two powerful witches navigate a complex relationship filled with mistrust and mutual need. Agatha's cunning mentorship could also add layers to Wanda's character development, showcasing her growth as a sorceress and her ability to navigate complex moral dilemmas. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda's death was strongly implied, but in the Marvel Universe, death is rarely final. A solo film could explain her return, whether through resurrection or as a version of herself from an alternate universe. The multiverse theme offers endless creative possibilities to bring Wanda back in a logical and exciting way. This resurrection would thrill fans and provide a narrative opportunity to explore Wanda's next chapter. Her return could symbolize redemption, allowing her to move beyond her past mistakes and embrace her full potential as a hero, or even as a more balanced anti-hero. Wanda's children, Billy and Tommy, are integral to her story. A solo film could focus on her journey as a mother, exploring her attempts to reconnect with her sons in a meaningful way. The inclusion of a grown-up Billy and Tommy could add emotional depth and set the stage for their roles as young Avengers. This narrative would highlight Wanda's human side, showcasing her challenges as a mother and her determination to protect her family. It could also explore the dynamics of motherhood and heroism, offering audiences a heartfelt yet action-packed storyline. Wanda's journey is not just about mastering her powers, it's also about discovering who she truly is. A solo film could dive into her quest to embrace her identity as the Scarlet Witch, exploring what the title means to her and how it shapes her place in the Marvel Universe. This exploration would provide a rich character arc, as Wanda reconciles her immense power with her humanity. Audiences would witness her struggle to find balance, not just as a hero, but as a person striving for self-acceptance and purpose. Introducing a formidable new adversary would be a thrilling addition to Wanda's solo film. This antagonist could test Wanda's abilities and force her to confront challenges she's never faced before. A new villain, potentially from the multiverse, could elevate the stakes and expand the scope of the film. This conflict would not only showcase Wanda's incredible powers, but also push her emotional limits. Facing a complex and dangerous foe would offer her a chance to grow as a character, ultimately emerging stronger and more defined in her role as Scarlet Witch. Vision has always been central to Wanda's narrative. A solo film could revisit their love story, examining how Wanda copes with his loss and whether there's a way to reunite with him. Vision's presence, even as a memory or alternate version, could provide emotional gravitas to the film. This storyline would allow Wanda to reflect on her past while building towards her future. It would honor their relationship while offering closure or a new beginning. That ties into the film's larger narrative. A Scarlet Witch solo film could lay the groundwork for Wanda's role as a key figure in the multiverse saga. Beyond being a hero, she could emerge as a leader, guiding the next generation of Marvel characters. This film would not only explore her powers, but also establish her as a central figure in the MCU's future. The moment Daredevil fans have been waiting for has arrived. The trailer for Born Again is finally here, and it's full of Easter eggs, surprise characters, and new details. Let's analyze the trailer line by line. First of all, if you haven't watched all 3 seasons of Netflix's Daredevil, this trailer might have been a bit confusing for you, but let me tell you, this show is practically Daredevil Season 4. The story picks up right where it left off. In fact, the restaurant where Matt and Fisk meet in the trailer, that's the same place where Matt and Elektra had dinner in Season 2. Marvel is once again playing with details, and you know how much we love uncovering them. Now, what stands out the most in the trailer? Of course, the fact that Matt and Fisk are now engaged in a chess match against each other. This has become a deeply personal war for both of them. Remember, at the end of the Echo series, we learned that Kingpin was entering politics, and now he's the governor of New York. What does this mean? Kingpin has gained the trust of the people and appears to be a legitimate businessman. But we all know he's still a crime lord. Meanwhile, Matt Murdock seems to have put his life in order, leaving his Daredevil identity behind. But how long can he keep this up? I bet this won't last more than 2 episodes. Let's talk about a new character. In the trailer, we see Daredevil kicking open a door and entering a workshop filled with paint and brushes. Now pay attention to his suit. Did you notice? This is the same dark red Daredevil suit from Netflix. This proves that Born Again is truly following the original story. But that's not even the most exciting part. If you look at the paintings in this scene, this is likely the hideout of Muse. Who is Muse? A psychotic serial killer who paints with blood, and he's the only enemy Daredevil cannot perceive using his heightened senses. How will they handle this? Look at the massive street art on the wall in the trailer. It depicts Kingpin's two-faced nature. Why? Because while Kingpin presents himself as a hero to the public, he's actually the biggest crime lord in the city behind the scenes. And the crazier part? In the comics, Kingpin has even manipulated Hulk into hating all superheroes. That's right, Kingpin is one of the people who turned Hulk against Spider-Man and Daredevil. It looks like this series will have some major connections to the larger MCU. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting rumors. Daredevil Born Again might feature Black Widow's memorial. According to speculation, after her sacrifice in Avengers Endgame, a statue was erected in New York in Natasha Romanoff's honor, and there are whispers that we'll see this memorial in Born Again. If this scene truly makes it into the show, it could serve as a powerful moment for Matt Murdock's character development. Now, some leaked details about the memorial have surfaced. It's said that the pedestal will have an inscription like, "She was neither a god nor had superpowers. She was just a person, and she saved the universe." And here's the key part. If Matt Murdock reads this, he will once again question what it means to be a hero, leading him back to becoming Daredevil. Because the entire theme of Born Again is about Matt rediscovering his identity as a hero. Now, let's switch to the romantic side of the series, because Karen Page's return has been confirmed. Those who watched the Netflix series know that Matt and Karen's relationship was on the verge of breaking apart, but in Born Again, it's rumored that the two might rekindle their romance. In the comics, Daredevil has had several love interests: Elektra, Black Widow, Mila Donovan, Heather Glenn, but Karen Page is considered his greatest love. The chances of Matt and Karen getting back together this season seem pretty high. Let's analyze the action scenes in the trailer. In one shot, we see Daredevil leaping from rooftop to rooftop, using his classic acrobatic fighting style. Just like in the Netflix series, he takes down enemies with fast, brutal street fighting moves. The legendary hallway fight scenes from the Netflix series, it looks like this show will feature similar moments. And the craziest part, it seems like Punisher will be right in the middle of all these action-packed scenes. We get a brief glimpse of Punisher in the trailer. But here's the real question. Is he still the lone warrior we saw in his own series, or will he actually team up with Daredevil this time? We don't know for sure yet, but one thing is clear: his return is going to make this show even darker and more violent. Now, let's talk about Kingpin's grand plan. The trailer suggests that he isn't just a politician, he's still controlling the criminal underworld from the shadows. At one point, we see a group of men having a mysterious meeting, with Kingpin giving them orders. What's the big twist here? Rumors suggest that Kingpin will be forming alliances with other major villains, and this will make things much more complicated for Daredevil. But here's the biggest surprise. We see a mysterious character following Matt Murdock in the trailer. Who is this person? Most likely Muse or another Daredevil villain. Marvel loves keeping big reveals hidden in trailers, so we can't be certain, but one thing is obvious: this series will be a perfect blend of action, psychological tension, and the criminal underworld. The trailer doesn't give much indication of whether we'll see Matt Murdock in court, but in the Netflix series we often saw him in his lawyer persona, and it's likely that Born Again will also feature Matt's legal battles. Considering that Kingpin is now a politician trying to clean up his image, it makes sense that Matt would go after him legally as well. Could this mean we'll see old characters like Jessica Jones or Foggy Nelson return? If Matt fights Kingpin both as Daredevil and as a lawyer, this will be a completely different kind of challenge for him. One major missing piece: will Elektra be in the show? Elektra played a significant role in Daredevil Season 2. If this series is truly following the old story, she should at least be mentioned. Whether through a flashback or a surprise return, we might see her again. In the comics, Elektra has occasionally sided with Kingpin. Could she be one of the biggest obstacles Matt faces in Born Again? There are also big questions about the show's tone. Netflix's Daredevil was extremely violent and gritty, but Disney Plus shows are usually toned down. Will Born Again be as brutal as the original series, or will Marvel make it more family-friendly? The best way to gauge this is by looking at the fight scenes in the trailer. So far, the choreography looks incredible. But will we still get that old, ruthless Daredevil feel? Especially with Punisher in the mix, the show's violence level is likely to go up. Big changes are being made to Marvel's next big movies. The scripts for Avengers 5 and 6 are being revised, and rumors are dividing fans. Is a female Doctor Doom character coming? Let's see how true this news is. The script for Avengers Doomsday is currently under intense development. The movie has faced several delays so far, and with the filming phase just around the corner, the script is still not finalized. The main reason for this is the Russo brothers. Initially, the Russo brothers were not supposed to be involved in the fifth Avengers movie. Instead, the writer of the Loki series and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was assigned to the project. However, after Ant-Man 3 failed to meet expectations and Jonathan Majors, Kang, was removed from the project, Marvel abandoned this plan, and the writer was dismissed. Subsequently, the Russo brothers stepped in and reportedly scrapped everything the previous writer had done, starting the script from scratch. They are now working swiftly to complete the script. The movie must be ready by March 6th. Let's hope it's not rushed and doesn't feel incomplete. While some fans approach the Russo brothers with skepticism, the general consensus is that they have done incredible work in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU. This is why Marvel and Disney entrusted Avengers 5 and 6 to them. Exciting updates are also coming in for Avengers: Secret Wars. The Russo brothers are taking on the script for this film as well, but they're not working alone. They have a writing team to support them. One member of this team previously worked on Infinity War and Endgame. These writers already have a wealth of experience, and films like Infinity War and Endgame are among the most acclaimed Marvel movies. I'm confident Avengers 5 and 6 will also be phenomenal. Now let's talk about the intriguing rumors of a female Doctor Doom. It's speculated that a variant of Doctor Doom may appear in Avengers 5 or 6. Inspired by the concept of variants in the Loki series, this storyline could introduce a female Doctor Doom. Interestingly, theories suggest that this variant might be a good character. Unlike the traditionally malevolent Doctor Doom, this version could exhibit a much more complex moral stance within the MCU. There hasn't been any official announcement regarding who might portray this female Doctor Doom. However, my personal theory points to Vanessa Kirby as a potential candidate for the role. Kirby, with her exceptional acting skills and strong screen presence, seems like the perfect choice for such a complex character. In fact, she is already set to play Susan Storm in the upcoming Fantastic Four: First Steps. Marvel has been known to have actors play multiple roles within their universe, so it's not far-fetched to think she could take on this dual role in Avengers 5 and 6. This female Doctor Doom variant is rumored to be a good character and might even assist our heroes. It's speculated that her backstory could stem from a parallel universe. Additionally, her story might draw inspiration from the original Fantastic Four storyline, but with a significant twist. During the Fantastic Four's accident, instead of Sue Storm, Invisible Woman, gaining her powers, this variant transforms into Doctor Doom. This change could add depth and tragedy to the character, giving her unique motivations. Dramatic variants like this are likely to be a cornerstone of the multiverse saga. If the rumors about a female Doctor Doom are true, I believe this character could be widely appreciated. Fans love the female Loki variant in the Loki series, and a similar approach here could be a huge success. With the right casting, this could elevate the film to an extraordinary level. Vanessa Kirby, in particular, has the potential to bring incredible depth and charisma to the role, making this a standout addition to the MCU. If these rumors are true, another intriguing question arises. Could Robert Downey Jr. recommend an actor for the female Doctor Doom role? As you know, the new Doctor Doom character will be played by Robert Downey Jr., which has already created significant excitement within Marvel. Not only is he returning as an actor, but he also seems to take great interest in the creative processes behind the scenes. In fact, Robert Downey Jr. is said to have been one of the most vocal advocates for involving the Russo brothers in these projects. It is well known that Robert Downey Jr. enjoys contributing to creative decisions. If he truly has a recommendation for the female Doctor Doom role, it could provide valuable insights into how this character would add depth to the film. As the actor who helped Marvel soar to new heights with his portrayal of Iron Man, Downey Jr. now has the opportunity to contribute further by shaping a new iconic role in the MCU. Additionally, we've seen that actors recommended by Robert Downey Jr. often achieve great success in Marvel projects. If he does suggest someone for this role, it's likely that their inclusion would be a significant advantage for the film. Downey Jr. is not just an actor, but also someone deeply committed to the Marvel projects he's involved in. I firmly believe that Robert Downey Jr. is doing everything in his power to ensure the success of the Avengers films. The moment we've been waiting for, the Fantastic Four trailer is finally here, and it's full of big clues about the future of the Marvel Universe. From Galactus to the Silver Surfer, we break down every detail. Now let's break down what we saw in the teaser. I think the most important detail is that one of the biggest villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is finally making his way to the big screen. Galactus, the legendary nemesis of the Fantastic Four, is known as a colossal entity that devours entire planets. While we don't get a full look at his face in the trailer, even his shadow feels like a harbinger of pure destruction. Marvel is being extremely careful about how they adapt this character into the MCU. In the film, Ralph Ineson plays Galactus, and with his deep, commanding voice, he's expected to add a whole new level of depth to the character. But the real question is, will Galactus just be a mindless destruction machine, or will the story take a more complex turn? The MCU has been giving villains more depth in recent years, and there's speculation that Galactus won't just be a force of destruction, but part of something much bigger. One of the most striking scenes in the teaser is when Galactus's presence covers the entire sky. Cities fall into darkness, people run in panic, and the sheer scale of the cosmic threat is deeply felt. Marvel seems to have successfully conveyed his massive size and the terror he brings, but there's still something missing. We haven't seen him in full yet. Will they reveal him in the next full trailer, or will they keep him hidden until the very last moment? Now, how will Silver Surfer be handled in this film? According to leaks, Julia Garner will be playing an alternate version of Silver Surfer named Shalabal instead of the classic Norrin Radd. Could this be a setup for Secret Wars? Or will we see both Shalabal and Norrin Radd together? The Fantastic Four have long been a highly anticipated addition to the MCU, but they've never been properly integrated into the universe. Until now. Judging by the details in the trailer, Marvel isn't treating them as new characters, but rather as if they've already been a part of the MCU for some time. This could imply that the team has existed in the past and has already influenced various parts of the MCU in some way. One of the biggest reveals is the Baxter Building. The legendary headquarters of the Fantastic Four looks absolutely stunning in the trailer. But it's not just a skyscraper, it almost feels like an alternate reality itself. In Marvel Comics, the Baxter Building has always been a hub of advanced technology, and it seems like the film will continue this tradition. The fact that the film is set in an alternate 1960s world is a huge nod to the classic Marvel Comics. The retro-futuristic aesthetic seen in the trailer is reminiscent of WandaVision, suggesting that Marvel isn't just telling a superhero story, but is also weaving in elements of time travel and alternate history. Kevin Feige describing this film as the first step hints that the Fantastic Four may have already existed within the MCU's history. In Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, we saw John Krasinski portray Reed Richards from Earth 838, proving that Marvel has been experimenting with different ways to introduce the Fantastic Four into the MCU. So, is this film really their first entry into the main MCU timeline, or is it a parallel universe story? Maybe the multiverse saga is about to expand on a much larger scale. The team's dynamics are also strongly felt in the trailer. Sue and Reed bring a sense of calm, while Johnny and Ben's classic banter reinforces the family theme that has always been the Fantastic Four's greatest strength. They're not just a superhero group, they're a family, and the trailer does a great job of showcasing that. Especially Johnny Storm's "Flame On" a moment. He soars through the air with absolute confidence, feeling like he jumps straight out of the comic. Now, let's talk about the costumes and CGI. The team's classic blue and white suits seem to be intact, but we haven't seen them in full detail yet. Ben Grimm, the Thing, looks natural and organic, possibly using practical effects alongside CGI. Johnny Storm's "Flame On" scene was fantastic, with smooth flight effects. But Reed Richards' stretching abilities remain unseen. Is Marvel holding back for a big reveal in the major action sequences? And now the biggest mystery. Where is Doctor Doom? One of the Fantastic Four's greatest enemies, Doctor Doom, has yet to be confirmed for the film. However, the fact that Galactus is being introduced as such a massive threat raises the possibility that Doom might be lurking in the shadows of this story. Maybe Marvel is keeping him a secret to tie him into Secret Wars. How the Fantastic Four will interact with the Avengers is a big question mark. Especially the interaction between Thor and the Human Torch could lead to some fun, yet competitive scenes. Johnny Storm trying to compare her charisma and witty personality to Thor's divine power could be a perfect match. Although we didn't see such a scene in the trailer, it seems inevitable that Marvel will bring these two together in the upcoming movies. Another thing I'm curious about is what kind of relationship Hulk and the Thing will have. In the comics, these two characters often face off, with Hulk constantly testing the Thing's strength. But this isn't just a power struggle, it could be a very interesting pairing in terms of character dynamics. I'm very curious to see how the more intelligent and controlled version of Bruce Banner will connect with the tougher but emotional side of Ben Grimm. How the Fantastic Four will integrate with the Avengers will be determined by the chemistry between the characters. Therefore, Marvel's careful handling of these interactions will be a critical point in creating both fun and memorable scenes. In summary, the Fantastic Four teaser trailer feels amazing. They seem poised to make an epic entrance into the MCU, but the biggest questions remain unanswered. How powerful will Galactus be? What role will Silver Surfer play? And most importantly, where does Doctor Doom fit into all of this? Looks like we'll have to wait for the full trailer to find out. Yes, there were some really crazy developments in the Marvel world this week. Which news surprised you the most? The Scarlet Witch solo movie? The Avengers Doomsday cast? Or the surprises in the Fantastic Four trailer? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Marvel news. See you in the next video.